Welcome to Research Basics, a series of video tutorials brought to you by the VDOT Research Library. Today, we're looking at the most efficient ways for you to be notified of new TRB publications and optimizing your use of the TRB E-Newsletter. TRB is an invaluable source of technical publications as well as news, announcements, and an all-around great way to keep up with what's going on in transportation. TRB prints and distributes about 200 publications a year, most of which are freely accessible to state DOT employees in electronic formats through the TRB website. Because VDOT is a TRB sponsor, you can sign up to receive personal hard copies of any TRB publications you want, by mode or by function. As items in your categories are published, TRB would ship hard copies directly to you. The basic process has been in place for many years. Meanwhile, the VDOT Research Library has also received at least 2 copies of every TRB publication in print for our collection since the 1940s. If a copy is ever lost or damaged, or if we simply want extra copies, we can always get those quickly and free of charge. Using this model helps prevent a flood of duplicate TRB publications at VDOT. As we catalog those publications in our EOS online library catalog, we also include links to any online versions of the documents. That way, you'll always have the option to check out the item in print or use it online. So, what is the implication of that for all those personal copies of items you've been receiving from TRB for years? Well, times are changing for state DOTs, for TRB, and for all publishers as they explore new options and digital directions. But one thing's for sure, all of you still want to be notified when something new comes out in your topic area. Here are a couple of tips for optimizing the flow of publications and other information you receive from TRB so that you'll see only what you're most interested in and you won't miss any important publications or announcements due to information overload. First, there's the TRB E-Newsletter. The E-Newsletter is a free weekly email designed to keep you up to date on TRB publications and activities. The e-newsletter comes to you as an email message, but it is also available as a web page with clickable links and graphics to provide more details, including links that lead you to full-text online documents in case the electronic version is all you need at the time. As you can see, if you're set to receive all information in all 37 modes and categories, the default setting, that can create a very long email message. In fact, it can be hard to pick out the few items you're interested in that sea of text. So here's my first tip. If you're receiving too much information in the e-newsletter, click Customize at the top of the page. That will help you pick and choose the topics that you want to receive each week in your newsletter. That can dramatically reduce the size of your subsequent e-newsletters. Use this feature to personalize your newsletter by selecting only the subjects that interest you the most. They are grouped by mode, there are 8 modes, and by function. There are 29 functions. Worried you might miss something? Don't be. You can modify your profile at any time, and in addition to the mode or function you select, you will always still receive general announcements from TRB on the annual meeting and other important items, if that's what you want. Second, the VDOT Research Library has developed an email alert service. The service works on something called RSS feeds, and we've worked with the TRB Publications office to be sure we can track the RSS feed for any of the 37 modes or functions they use to categorize. We've completed beta testing of the alert service and are rolling it out to anyone at VDOT. One great thing about the library's daily email alert is that it is far more customizable than the e-newsletter. Plus, it extends beyond TRB to all kinds of sources to help you turn the flood of information you're used to receiving into a customized and well-managed trickle. Here's how it works. First, you contact the library and tell us you'd like to set up an alert. Next, we set up a profile for you based on the topics you want to keep tabs on. Once it's up and running, you'll receive a customized email alert each morning, Monday through Friday, with links to just the content you're interested in. On days when no new content fitting your criteria is produced, you don't get an alert. Best of all, our alert works for any source of information that has an RSS feed. Taking TRB as an example, we could create an alert for modes and functions shown in the TRB E-Newsletter, or all new items added to the TRID database in your area of interest, or all new items added to other TRB databases, like Research in Progress or Practice-Ready Papers, depending on what you're interested in. Basically, whenever anything new meets your criteria, it will be sent to you in your daily email alert, instead of you having to go out and find it. Best of all, our alert works with information sources beyond TRB, including what's new from other publishers, tables of contents from key journals, including Transportation Research Record, Google searches, blog postings, library collections, daily headlines from newspapers, and much, much more. You don't need to learn how to use an RSS feed reader to use the service, since all feeds are converted into a user-friendly email format. Call us today to set up a daily email alert, or with your questions about TRB Publications or the TRB E-Newsletter. TRB and the publishing world have changed over time, but one thing remains the same. The VDOT Research Library is here to help you navigate through the options you have so that you can spend your time most productively.